What is one unsaid rule that when it is broken, pisses you off? If you see that shoes are left at the door in my house, and I'm Asian, but you just walk through my house with your stanky turds of shoes. GTFO. What really gets me is people grabbing or touching me to look at my tattoos. Without asking. I'll be handing money to a cashier or in line somewhere and frequently someone will just grab my arm and pull it in for closer inspection. What does this mean? They'll ask. Fuck off. Don't touch me unless I asked you to. I try to be nice. Especially if it's a cute girl. But otherwise keep your hands to yourself. When people use the wrong side of my eraser, I cannot wrap my mind around how inconsiderate this is. First of all, it's my eraser I am letting you borrow. Why would you use a side I haven't used yet? That's not how you use an eraser. Sometimes I even tell these ignorant pricks which side to use. Yet they still fail to use the designated side. This is not yours. I don't care what you do to your eraser. This is mine. And you will use it as I do. I'm not letting you borrow my fucking eraser again. If you're fat and on a city bus, do not elbow me and refuse to move your arm in so I can fit in the seat next to you. Fattest dude on the bus did this to me last week. I ain't moving shit. He told me. He thought I'd move seats. I didn't and I pushed him as much as possible. But was slightly fearful he would attack me. Also, if your child is old enough to stand on its own, and too big for your lap, I'm not giving up my seat for it. Don't give me that look. Either. My feet hurt from working all day. Fuck off. If you take the last of something, X, granola bars, out of the container that they came in and don't recycle or throw that container away. Also not recycling recyclables. When you're at the gym using the free weights, take a step back from the free weight rack. Then start doing your exercises. If you don't take a few steps back, other people can't get to the rack and get their strong on. Standing in the aisle of a crowded bus and facing the wrong way. Look around you. Please look around you. Everyone is facing the front. Everyone except you. Nope. You're standing 2 inches in front of me and don't seem to find it the slightest bit awkward. We're stuck nose to nose inhaling each other's breath the whole ride to campus. Not to mention our uncomfortable dance of glancing everywhere but straight ahead. Just to avoid creepy, lingering eye contact. It makes me want to grab you by the shoulders and shake you shouting. We don't have to live this way. For God's sake just turn around. Double quote. Say thank you to people who provide you with a service. Even if they weren't particularly nice while doing so. I'll admit that it's stupid. But if you don't thank the bus driver, I automatically judge you. Similarly, if you don't thank the poor cashier who has been busting his ass all day and just wants to go home, I have no respect. This happens all the time at my high school. When there are 2 water fountains and one is taller than the other, you fill up your water bottle at the shorter one. I don't know why people can't grasp this. If you're filling up your water bottle, you don't need to bend over and stick your ass way out. Therefore, you don't need to use the taller fountain. You don't treat customer service employees, or any employee for that matter, like shit. If you feel that they aren't good at their job, you do not publicly berate them. Fill out a comment card or speak with a manager. The fact that some people think this is okay pisses me off to no end. These are people, just like you. Most of these people work for a good portion of the day and go home to eat, sleep, and do it again the next day. Some of the individuals are working their asses off to support their kids, pay for school, etc. I lost my aunt a few months ago and went into work the day after the funeral. A lady gave me a really hard time over asking to swipe her credit card. It's a common practice for hotels so that we had something to charge if you decide to fuck up the room or steal shit. I ended up breaking down in the back because of the emotions I still had going on with the death and the fact that she was treating me like a second-level human being for doing my job. Before you start yelling at someone or making a fuss, think about what could possibly be going on in their lives outside of work or if this reaction will actually get you anywhere. other than the employee's shit list. You're not only making that person's job harder, but you're putting a serious strain on their emotions and adding on a ton of stress. These people are getting paid to help you. That doesn't mean you get to walk all over them. If I have headphones on, don't fucking talk to me. I put headphones so I can zone out or focus, and I will not take them off because you decided that someone with headphones on would be the best person to strike up a conversation with. Asterisk. If I'm still eating, don't stand up and start to leave. Be respectful and wait. You just make yourselves look like assholes. Plus you'll eat twice as slow for the time you're standing around waiting. For me, it's the people that saunter on across the street when there are cars waiting to go. Especially if that car stopped and waved you through. If someone is nice enough to stop their 1,000-pound automated missile for you to cross in front of them, you better at least make an effort to hustle across the street. Counter to this. If you are a pedestrian and clearly have the right of way and some asshole is being impatient and edging forward while you are crossing in front of him, feel free to walk as slow as possible. If I invite you to my house and you're a smoker, for fuck's sake, when you go outside to smoke, don't leave your nasty cigarette butts on my sidewalk or yard. I don't come to your house and leave snot-laden Kleenexes scattered in your yard. Picking up your cigarette butts is just as nasty. Same goes for people who do this in public. The world is not your ashtray. From working retail. Discipline your own damn children. You know. Like a parent. If they're acting up, don't threaten them that the staff, aka that man there, i.e. me, will do something. Wear footwear. I feel disgusted seeing people walk around barefoot in a store. Don't leave your rubbish for someone else to clean up. Be a decent human being and clean up after yourself. When you don't hold the door for someone that could benefit from the assistance, like someone holding a child or a person with a cane walker, stop being in such a hurry and be kind, for fuck's sake. If you are going to say you don't anymore because of someone saying something stupid, then you miss the point of performing such an act. Probably getting buried. But here goes. Don't use something of mine without my permission with the intent of giving me money for it after the fact. Even if the money is equal to the value of the item. You ate my $4 bag of chips. You then offer me $4 for the bag. I didn't say you could have them. And if I wanted $4 instead of chips, I wouldn't have gone to the store and traded my money for them. This doesn't make me a dick. The chips are clearly worth more to me than the money. Fuck you. Hope that makes sense. If we're hanging out and you're approached by a friend of yours, introduce us. Especially if they've joined the group or something. Hours I've spent with people and not spoken to them or even known their names because of this very reason. I think it's too late for this to get noticed, but I haven't seen it posted, so if you have seen a TV show, movie, and I haven't, and we happen to be watching it together, under no circumstances is it alright for you to call out lines in advance. This is absolutely unacceptable. I don't care if you love that part. I don't give a shit. Shut the fuck up and quit ruining this for me. If there's food in the fridge, leftovers from a restaurant for instance, and it's not yours, don't eat it. I thought this was an unspoken common courtesy, until my current roommate moved it and started eating the things I brought home without even asking if it was okay. Not refilling the TP, not leaving a sufficient amount for the next person. I have had to exit the restroom and ask the owner of the residence where they keep spare toilet paper so many goddamn times. When you're talking, hanging with a group of people and then someone has to show you an online video or picture on their phone because it's so funny. We took the time to get together and enjoy our company. I can watch that most likely not funny video later on. When you're in line at a store or in the movie theater for popcorn or whatever and a new line opens up and all the people from the end of the line rush up to the cashier even when the cashier is motioning to the next person in line is up. Also put the damn grocery cart back. For me it's fishing culture. Never ask a man where he catches his fish or what he uses for tackle. That's like asking your coke dealer who his supplier is and where's the next pickup at. Who the fuck are you, fishing game? Took a friend out fishing to a really good spot I call the honey hole. He tells his friends about it because he had such a good time. The next time I go to my honey hole there literally 5 dudes at a place I'd never seen anyone at before. I'm still pissed at that guy. Took me 10 years to find that spot. You don't fucking clap along to orchestral instruments. You wouldn't clap along to a classical pianist playing Mozart. Why the ever-loving fuck are you clapping along to a clarinet and a piano? Don't feed somebody's dog, or child or whatever, without asking first. I had a suspicion that my neighbor threw food over the fence for my dog, and then one day I finally caught him throwing an entire piece of pizza over the fence. I cussed and the Doucher bag bolted inside his house. There have been no incidents since, and I have been watching my pups outside more closely. But if this happens again, I'm going to be knocking on my neighbor's door. Seriously. WTF. What if my dog has allergies or a sensitive stomach? What if he throws something that is bad for dogs that not many people realize? Grapes, onions, garlic, chicken bones, etc. If I'm comfortably reading a book and obviously seem engrossed in it, please don't strike up a conversation with me. It's okay to ask me a question real quick, but to sit there and continue to come up with things to talk about while I am ahhing and yapping you without conversation of my own makes my blood boil. And people wonder why I spend 30 minutes in the bathroom reading. Because it's the only peace and quiet you can get sometimes for reading. If you're the second car behind a tractor, or other slow moving vehicle, don't overtake at the first opportunity you get, because chances are the first car behind the tractor wants to. Worse, don't overtake the first car if there's not enough space to overtake both the car and the tractor. Both these things have happened to me. It's a winding road between work and home, and there are about 3 places across 14 miles where overtaking is possible if no cars are coming in the other direction. Mine would shelving up when someone offers to buy you a drink. Bitch, I've been watching you drink well vodka and cranberry all night. But since I offer, you're going for the Grey Goose? No. That's bunk. Dudes do it too. Pisses me off. Man. I offered to buy you a beer, which you are drinking. You're drinking a $2 bottle of Miller. But as soon as I offer you're interested in scotch? Fuck off. Dick. I don't want to hear you eat. Either by chewing loudly with your mouth open or by talking while your mouth is full. I know this rule has been said before and thus is not unsaid, but there are people who still violate this rule, and it is impolite to remove someone's lower jaw and beat the lesson into them like a modern day Samson. Which is the only other logical option. If people come into my room and sit on my bed and then put their feet up on my bed with shoes on. Seriously. It blows my mind that I have friends who think this is acceptable. Edit for the 10 people who asked me, why do people have their shoes on in your house? Because I live in a shitty, cramped apartment and people only come over here to get drunk. Asterisk. Unacceptable. Bringing a baby to a movie theater. WTF. As a parent with another kid on the way, I do not fucking get why people bring babies to the movie theater. Our oldest is 4 and still hasn't been to the movies because he can't even sit through a whole movie at home. If we can't get a sitter, we don't go to the movies. We wait until it comes out on demand. We can't stand crying babies and annoying children in the theater either. Edit. Okay. Whoa. I think this is my highest rated comment ever. Thanks. And for those of you who think I'm a horrible person raising a sheltered kid. No. Just. No. We'll take him to the movies when we think he's ready and not because other people think it's terrible he's never been. We go on family outings once a month. Budget permitting. He goes to preschool 5 days a week. And his teachers love him. He has lots of friends at school. This is why I don't like making friends with other parents just because they have kids his age. Everybody thinks their way is the best way, myself included, and will fight to the death over it.